As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson, and you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Janice Kutcher is suing her twin brother Lawrence in the amount of $2,400 for not paying his share of their living expenses.
Ms. Kutcher, you're suing your brother,
Yeah.
Mr. Kutcher? I see you're both 23.
Yeah, we're twins.
Oh, you're twins?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're suing for back rent.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's this about?
Well, back in May of 2013, we decided to get a apartment together, 2-bedroom. It was up in Miami, and we were both in school, so it was convenient to
I'm
our
from
campuses.
Miami too.
Oh, awesome! Yeah. Well, we got it. He agreed to pay half the rent. It was
Okay.
$1,600. He agreed to pay $800.
To pay anything for the
He
simple
agreed to
fact
pay
that I was already
$800.
living somewhere, Your Honor. And she asked me, matter of fact, she begged me to move in.
Okay.
Because my sister, she has a social anxiety disorder. I call it SAD.
He thinks because
SAD.
he's in school, he can diagnose
So-
me. I guess
so
he thinks
I
since he's
didn't
in
want her-
school, he can
Wait,
diagnose me.
wait.
I have never been diagnosed with any
Your
type
Honor,
of
it's in
disorder.
grad
All
school.
I know is he owes me $2,400
Is this
for
how
3 months
it
of back
was
pay.
when you two were growing up?
Pretty much, yeah. We
he-
always argue over everything. We
Right.
had tits and tats back and forth
because he's
always.
barely the oldest, so I guess he's supposed to be the boss.
Right.
However, he came. We
So
were
if it
supposed
was
to get the
always
place.
like this, why would you invite him to come live with you?
I didn't want to live with a stranger, a complete stranger. I know my brother, and in some cases
well, don't
he
you
can
have
be
any friends?
very
Wait,
responsible.
don't you have-
Not out there. Not out there. I was out there for school. I'm in grad school.
Oh,
So
okay.
And that's why I helped her.
He's in school too out there.
Right.
Because she's in school for
Right.
grad school for what, pre-med, and
Pre-med.
and I
And
didn't
he's
want
in
her
school
to deal
too,
with
so-
total strangers while
Right.
she's in grad school
Right.
doing
What are
medical
you
work.
taking in school? What you in school for?
Sociology.
Okay. Sociology and medicine.
So he thinks that I have a disorder because he's sociology.
But the
and
thing
he
is,
says
like
that
I
that's
said,
why
Your
he
Honor,
owes me the money.
What year are
anyway,
you in school?
I'm in grad school as well.
Oh, you're in grad school. Okay.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
year of grad school?
This is my first year.
Oh, it's your first year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But I know.
Okay,
I
but
know,
you agreed that you were gonna move in with her and pay the rent, right?
No, ma'am. The agreement was that I will only move in if she pays the rent, because I was already
That'll make
living with
sense.
someone.
Wait.
I already had a place of residence.
Right.
I was staying with one of my girlfriends at the time.
And you weren't paying any rent over there?
No, ma'am.
Is that
okay,
right?
He was staying with the girl, but he said the girl was too clingy, so he wanted to get.
Okay, but wait,
he wanted to move
I just
out.
stopped.
He didn't want to live with the girl.
Stop. Was he paying rent over there?
I don't know what he was doing with her.
I
All
was
I
not,
know
I
is
was
that
not paying
he
rent.
wanted my.
So why would I go
we're-
from a place of not paying rent to having to pay rent?
Where we were going to stay, what we decided on, it was convenient to both of our campuses.
Wait. Baby, you got to pay to live somewhere.
I understand that, Tron. I understand that. But
Right.
right now, going through grad school, I don't have a job. So
Right.
therefore, I don't have
But
income.
don't you get student aid?
I do, ma'am, but it's very minimal. And I have to come up with odds, ends of money here and there to finish paying for my school so I
Right.
can graduate.
That's what I
Right.
ended up paying. I paid for our rent with my tuition. So
right.
guess
But
who
that-
didn't
but
get
that
to get
was-
her
That's
books?
what she told me,
Guess who
Your
didn't
Honor.
get their
She
books?
told me that
But wait
her
a
student
second.
loan
Wait.
would check in.
Then why didn't you just get yourself a one-bedroom
I was
apartment?
supposed to, my brother needed help. He didn't want to be with the girl anymore.
Okay, right.
Okay, and like
I didn't
said,
need help,
in
Your
some
Honor. I was
cases, he
perfectly
can
fine.
be very responsible. He can
Right.
be very responsible.
Wait a
And
second.
I trust him more than a
But
stranger.
you don't have a job, right?
Oh, well, I'm in school. I do
yes
hair.
or no, I
I do
have a
hair
job.
on the side. I don't have like a legit job. I just do hair. I do hair on the
Oh,
side.
you do hair.
Yeah.
So
so
she
I
has a
make
student
extra
loan
money
plus
like
her
that.
hair money on the side.
Excuse me, you have a license to do hair?
No.
Okay, so you just kind of do hair.
Yeah.
It seems to me that why would somebody get a 2-bedroom apartment if they didn't need it?
That's what I'm trying to
'Cause my
state,
brother
Your Honor.
needed
So
help.
you're saying, let me just understand. I just want to understand from your point of view. My sister says to me, twin brother of mine, I don't really have a job, you don't really have a job. I'm relying on student aid, you're relying on student aid, but I'm going to get a 2-bedroom apartment that's going to cost me how much?
$1,600 a month.
$1,600 a month just because I don't want to live by myself and I'm going to pay the whole thing?
But that's what I'm saying, Your Honor. I was already living somewhere.
Right,
There
I'm
was no
saying,
need.
but is that what you want me to believe?
That's the truth, Your Honor.
Where would she have gotten $1,600 a month? Where was she going to get that?
Honestly, Your Honor, I have no idea where
Did
she
you
gets
say,
her money
hey,
for.
baby sister of mine, where you going to get $1,600 a month to pay rent for the both of us when you know I'm not going to pay you any money?
No, Your Honor, I did not. That's what she should have asked herself. Big brother, why am I going to get this money, this apartment to pay for this, pay this amount of money if I know you're not going to pay me? If I know you don't have a job? If I know you're already living somewhere else comfortably and happy with your girlfriend at the time?
I'm not as
Why would you
crazy
do
as
that?
he sounds right now. I didn't tell him that.
Let me just stop now. And I'm not crazy either. If you are living somewhere happy with your girlfriend, like you just said, you wouldn't be moving in with your sister.
But
you
as
would
a brother?
not be, no, not as a brother. Listen, don't be a brother when it's to your benefit and then not be a brother when it ain't. Okay?
I'm always a brother to her.
Okay.
But the thing is, she said she wanted
let
this
me
place.
ask a question.
And
Is there a lease?
Yes, there's.
And I'm not
Okay.
even on the lease, Your Honor.
Let me
That's
see.
what I'm saying.
He didn't
she
sign a
moved
lease?
in
No,
before
because
I was
he
there.
don't have any credit. If I was
She
there
moved
one there, I
in
wouldn't have
before
been able to
I was
get the
there, Your Honor.
apartment.
Right.
So therefore, if I was to be on the list, then
Who
I
was
would have
going
signed
to pay
it.
the light bill?
I pay that. I told him just give me his half of the rent. I pay everything else. His $800 included utilities. Mine did it.
Okay, so all he was supposed to do was
It's
pay
$800.
the rent.
That's it. That's
Okay,
all.
But we never agreed upon it because I stated to her, I said, sis, I'm not moving in unless you pay the rent. She
Right.
agreed to it. That was our verbal
Wait,
agreement. we have no
said-
written contract.
So according to you, you weren't supposed to pay rent.
We never agreed to
You
pay
weren't
rent.
supposed to pay lights,
We never agreed upon that.
Phone.
We all have our own cell phones.
cable,
I don't even watch TV. I'm not even there enough.
water.
Okay, I do take a bath, but still.
Okay, but your understanding is that you were just moving in somewhere and not having to pay a dime.
That was the agreement, and she agreed upon it. That's why I moved in.
Well,
Had she not agreed, I would not have moved.
Let me go back over to her.
I didn't agree to nothing like
Well,
that.
hey, what's your proof?
Well, it was
Where's
my
the contract?
brother. I
We
didn't
have no contract.
It was
'Cause
we had
there
a
was
verbal
nothing written. We
agreement.
didn't-
It's my brother.
Okay, wait.
You know, it's my brother.
You
It
can
has
sit there
verbal agreement.
and tell me that you got a verbal agreement till you turn purple.
Yeah.
You better give me some proof.
Coming up on Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
You say she say come live with me rent free. Who says that? But she has
evidently
no
she
proof.
did, Your Honor. I would not be here if she didn't.
And later,
You
Weekend.
brought me a palm frond.
There's a stack of these in my dumpster.
Right.
And I asked her, what's happening? Why are all of these in my dumpster?
Right.
She said, I took care of it.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. We're back with the case of Janice Kutcher, who is suing her brother Lawrence for breach of contract.
He didn't tell me that. Did he tell me
He
that?
was only supposed.
All he has said since he's gotten here is, my sister said come in, move in for
That makes
free.
no sense.
Leave your girl. Do you have
No, but that
any evidence?
I don't.
Anything?
All I have is
what
the
about a
lease.
friend or somebody he might have said it to, or somebody who overheard the conversation with you? Something. Give me something.
Nope. I didn't expect my brother to do that. Like
I
my
didn't
twin
expect
brother.
my
That's
sister to
it.
try to
That's it.
overcharge me with something
I
that we
would have
already
got a
agreed
regular
upon.
roommate.
Do
The
you
thing
two-
was, I didn't want a
do-
stranger. I told him I didn't want a
Do
stranger,
you
so I
two
could have got
still
another
have your
roommate.
parents?
Yes, we
What
do.
do your parents say about this?
She could have stayed with our mom and dad.
What did they say about this? You two are in court. What are they saying about this?
I guess it's between us because
They disappointed, but they say at this point in time we're grown. Handle our business like grown folks.
And they told him to give me my money,
You
and he
two
didn't do
were
it.
close, right?
We still are close. It's just she just brought me here for this
So
nonsense.
how has this affected your relationship? It hasn't. We still buddies. We
I
still
didn't-
hang.
No.
It's over?
Yeah, well, I kind of fell back because I didn't get my money. I
Right.
wasn't
Okay,
able
but
to
the
get my
problem
books
is you're
for
probably
school.
not gonna get your money today.
I know, but I wasn't
Okay,
able to
so
get my
we
books.
don't
still
get your
family no matter what.
Excuse me. Your brother say no matter what, we still family. No matter the fact that the judge is not gonna give you this money because you don't have any proof. Basically,
Yeah, but that's so unfair.
Stop. I know life ain't always fair. Basically, your twin brother is telling me that you are a liar.
Yeah,
That you're
that's my
lying.
thing.
That's right. That's really hurtful.
And that's why I didn't think that would happen. I thought that he would pay it, and this is what it came to. And it's crazy to me.
It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
you want me to break out in
And I
tears too
didn't- I
because you're
didn't- I
lying
didn't-
on me saying I agreed to
I
it?
wasn't
Wow,
able to
you
get
know
my
what?
books and
You
stuff
know
for school,
what?
and he didn't even care enough
Mr.
to help with
Kutcher, you
that.
know what? I don't have a twin brother, but I have two brothers, and my brothers are much better to me, and they're not twins.
Your Honor-
than you are to your sister.
I'm honest-
She say, come live with me rent free. Who says that? But she has
evidently
no
she
proof.
did, Your Honor. I would not be here if she didn't. I had a place I was already in residence
But
at.
you understand that your relationship with your sister is probably over? That's okay with you?
It's never gonna be over, Your
okay
Honor.
with you?
It's never gonna be over because once we leave out of here, we're gonna go back to our parents' house. We still go laugh it up. We still go hug it
When
out.
was the last
Because that's
time-
what we do as family.
When's the last time you laughed it up with this one?
When we were in good standing before the first month rent in May,
Before we-
2013.
We was in good stands before we came to court, Your
Well,
Honor.
you know what? It's unfortunate that it has to end like this, that you can't make up, that you can't man up to say this is what we agreed. Yeah, I know you don't have any proof, but I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to do the ethical thing. Everybody doesn't do that. Today, most people don't do what's right and what's ethical, and it's so unfortunate. But you've learned something from this incident.
Yes.
And what did you learn?
Don't do it again. Contract.
Don't
There
ask
gotta be
him
something.
for nothing.
Nothing.
Okay?
Nothing.
Judgment for the defendant. Good luck to both of you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
You know what? I really wish you could have been a man of your word.
I am a man, and you know what? We can work some out. I still love you no matter what, sis, okay?
And coming up,
You
Weekend.
brought me a palm frond.
There's a stack of these in my dumpster.
Right.
And I asked her, what's happening? Why are all of these in my dumpster?
Right.
She said, I took care of it.
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Mandy Campbell is suing her neighbor Suzanne Pritchett in the amount of $1,500. She claims Miss Pritchett butchered her vegetable garden.
Miss Campbell, you're here suing Miss Pritchett for trespassing and intentional invasion of your privacy?
I'm suing her for ripping out my garden.
Okay, but it's a cause of action, and your cause of action
Yeah.
is trespassing.
That and costs. I put a lot of money into the garden.
Right.
That
So where is this garden?
it's in front of my fourplex.
Okay, and you live there too, ma'am?
Yes,
No.
I do, Your Honor. I've
No.
been there for 17 years.
Excuse me, do you live there now?
Yes, ma'am.
So why are you saying no?
No, I'm sorry. She lives next door to me. She's not in my
But we're
fourplex.
right
She lives
next-
in an
doesn't-
apartment building.
Okay,
we're
so
right
you,
next
let
door.
me understand, because I don't live there. You live in one apartment building,
Yes.
and you live in another apartment building.
Yes.
And those apartment buildings are next door to each other.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so what happened? What is this you brought here? It looks like a fan palm.
Okay. Well, I planted a garden
Right.
about a year ago.
Okay.
I planted a lot of vegetables.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Where is this garden?
It's in front of my fourplex.
Right.
Just like right in the front yard.
Right. Okay, so you planted a garden of what?
Zucchini, pumpkin, okra.
What city is this
onions.
in?
Brentwood.
Brentwood let you plant a vegetable garden in your front yard?
There's a lot of houses on our block. There's
Right.
lots of nice lawns.
Right.
There's a neighbor up the street that
Anybody
has a
else
garden.
growing vegetables?
Yeah.
So what happened? She's growing vegetables and
Okay. She is suing me because she thinks I pulled up her garden.
Okay.
And I did not pull up her garden.
okay. How did you feel about the garden?
I did not like it because I saw dogs urinating in it. I saw cats digging holes to do their business. I saw
Right.
kids walking, because it's right on the
swale?
sidewalk,
Okay.
and so overgrown with
Right.
weeds and whatnot. It could be dangerous for the pedestrians too, because they were like falling over for
Right.
the thing. And there's rats. We have a higher population of rats
dogs,
now.
urinating, children falling all over the vegetable garden. Is this what I'm hearing?
I don't think that's. If she could have only come to me and say, you know
But
what?
wait, excuse me. I understand you live next door.
Yes, ma'am.
So why does she have to come to you and say anything?
No. What I was saying
Exactly.
is if she could come to me and say, let's have a above ground garden.
Wait. This is not your building.
But I do manage it because the owner owns both. And he,
Oh, so you're the manager of the building.
of both buildings, because the owner of the two buildings
Right.
nominated me, so to speak, to take care of the
Nominated
property.
you? Wait a minute. Are you getting paid to be a manager?
No.
Well, baby, you're not a manager. Okay? If nobody's paying you a salary, you are not a manager. And I see you didn't sue the owner of the building.
The owner didn't do it. She is responsible for my garden getting pulled out.
Right.
Coming up,
She had the gardener do what?
Pull out my garden.
Okay, where's the gardener?
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. We're back with the case of Mandy Campbell, who is suing her neighbor Suzanne Pritchett for the loss of her personal property.
So let me see, do you have pictures of what this
Yes.
thing looked like before you put in a vegetable patch?
Yeah, I had some pictures.
Let me see the pictures.
This is, let me show you.
All of them, please.
Yeah, this is the broccoli. That's one of my pumpkins.
This is a picture before.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I need you to come to my house. Okay.
Anytime. I
But
have,
so it looks to me like there are more than vegetables.
yeah, there's flowers and stuff
Yeah,
too.
okay, beautiful, looks gorgeous.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me see the after pictures.
Well, there's a picture in there of some of my onions.
Right,
In
those
the
are
dumpster.
onions there.
Those. They were
Okay.
trashed.
Okay.
And that's what I found. This is like all I saved.
Right.
is-
So, but see, you're suing for $1,500. Tell me how we got to $1,500.
Last season, I was out there for at least 2 hours every Saturday,
Right.
gardening and maintaining.
Right.
Like that, I consider that labor. And then there's the soil. I bought the top, best soil possible.
Right. Let me see receipts for that.
I have
So-
receipts. And then seeds,
Right.
any
Okay,
miscellaneous.
but I don't understand what she did.
She had the gardeners remove my garden.
Okay,
And
wait.
I found
Hey,
I
listen,
found
wait,
everything in my
wait,
dumpster.
Wait, one second, wait. This is what I tell everybody now. If I'm asking a whole lot of questions over here because I'm not getting what I need, you need to be quiet because that means you're ahead. Okay? So you said she had the gardener do what?
Pull out my garden.
Okay, where's the gardener?
She's the one who told him
Okay,
to.
but wait.
She's
Let me
responsible
explain
for
to
it.
you about a civil case, okay? You brought a civil case against the defendant. The law says the burden is on you to bring evidence to prove your allegations.
I came home last weekend.
You brought me a palm frond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I know that she did this and I know that she's responsible.
Right,
I came
because
home
what?
Because I was out of town last weekend. I
Right.
come home
Right.
and there's a stack of these in my dumpster.
Right.
And I asked her, what's happening? Why are all of these in my dumpster?
Right.
She said, I took care of it. They were
Okay.
getting out of control, so I took care of it.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
So if you don't have anything else, unfortunately, I'm going to have to rule against you. Sometimes you have to talk to the neighbors to make sure we're all on the same page, because it's not fair for one person to have a vision when nobody else shares that vision. And if you want to live in a suburb, I think, and get along with your neighbors, you need to talk to your neighbors, okay? Good luck to you. Judgment for the defendant.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
I will have to say I'm very sorry about your garden. Let's try to work things out, and maybe we can come up with a good solution where everyone can enjoy the vegetables and we can all pitch in and have a good crop.
Okay.
Yeah?
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios. As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Michael Hall is suing his ex-girlfriend Destiny Marks in the amount of $2,347. He says money was transferred into her account to pay for tuition and she kept it for herself. Ms. Marks claims she never agreed to the transaction.
Mr. Hall, you're suing Miss Marks for $2,347. Is that right?
Correct, Your Honor.
And that is for some money that she withdrew from your bank account?
That she was supposed to withdraw from my bank account, but it's something that we had done successfully in the past. And
Right. This is your ex-girlfriend?
We were on again, off again.
Does that mean we had a relationship?
We have a very long-standing relationship.
So
yes,
we
Your
still
Honor.
have a relationship?
We do not still have a relationship, Your Honor. It
When
is
did
all
we
in the
stop
past.
having a relationship?
Right before he made the transfer into my account.
Okay, so tell me about this transfer.
So at the time, I was missing my financial aid card, and we go to the same school. So instead of waiting for the next card, and in order to avoid the charges, I said, Destiny, can I put the amount of $2,347 into your account, and then
This
you can.
is your financial aid money?
Correct.
And so in the past, you've taken your financial aid money and put it in her account?
We had done that once before.
Well,
yes,
why
Your
would you
Honor.
put it in her account and not in your own account?
My bank account at the time, I had some issues with overdraft
me.
fees. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so your bank account was overdrawn.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's why you asked if you could put your money in her account.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that right, ma'am?
That's correct.
And you've done this in the past?
We had just done that once, yes. And I
Okay.
told him after the first time that it was a one-time deal and he needed to get his finances in order.
Okay, but
and do it
during the
himself.
time he did this time, were you in an on-again relationship?
No, we were broken up. I had dumped him and we have
Had
not been
moved on.
together since.
You
I've
had moved on.
completely.
Why'd you dump him?
I dumped him because he cheated on me. He'd actually been cheating on me for the entire duration of our relationship, which was since high school. But this time I really had concrete
How long
evidence.
has that been? 2 or 3 years?
Well, we actually started dating freshman year of high school, so it's been about 5 years now.
Oh, okay. So he dated on you with one girl or with a bunch of girls?
A bunch of girls.
Okay. So you were cheating, and you still thought you could put this money in this woman's bank account?
Your Honor, if we may, I'd like to backtrack. There are
What?
several women on our college campus and back on our high school days who are very jealous of how I feel about her.
Right.
They were, to say that I cheated on her is totally
Wait.
delusional.
So let me understand what you're saying then. That there were women that were jealous of how you feel about the defendant, and those women did what?
They tried to put it in her mind based on their jealousy that I was cheating on her.
Oh, so you never cheated on her?
I've never cheated on her.
Oh my
no, Your Honor.
God. Do you realize you've been mistaken all these years?
He has definitely cheated on me, Your Honor. Why would somebody make up a story like that?
What proof do you have that he cheated on you?
Well, I had a girl at our college come up to me, a girl I didn't know, and said that he had had a relationship with her during the time of our relationship.
How do you know it was true?
When I confronted him about it, his phone rang. I saw her picture and her name and a heart next to her name.
What about that?
As she said, we are very on again, off again.
Right. That might have been during the time when you were off? Oh, so let me understand. On the times when you're off, you have cheated.
There are other options available to me. And,
So that's yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. But do you have any proof that when it was on, he was cheating?
Well, this phone call came during a time
When
that
it
we
was
were
on. But the cheating might have happened during the time when it was off.
I'm assuming that it happened during both times because I've had other girls all through high school and college either tell me that they had been with him while he was in a relationship with me, or I've noticed suspicious text messages and phone calls as well.
Let me just say this. If you have suspicions that somebody's unfaithful, usually your suspicions are right. Okay, so if you think he was cheating, he probably was.
And I would have dumped him before, but he was my first love. I'd known him since we were 15.
But sometimes you got to let go of people like that.
I didn't know
because
any
it's just
better.
going to drag you down. You know, you're never going to feel any security. Is he cheating? Is he not cheating? Who's he with tonight? Who's that on the phone? Who's texting him? Who needs that?
And that's precisely why I ended it.
Coming up on Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Why would he give you all of his financial aid money?
I thought he was paying me back for all of the horrible things he did to me. He was financially irresponsible during our relationship.
Fury like a woman scorned, but you know that was his money. I know that you're trying to get back at him for all that he's done and all that he's put you through, but this is just not the way to do it.
And later,
Did you show it to them? Say, here guys, we're numbers 311, 312, 313. Did you show them those numbers?
We didn't have that much time when we was at work.
Okay, so the answer is no, you did not.
No, I did not.
Guess what?
What?
If there was any ambiguity here, who do you think I'm going to construe that ambiguity against?
Well,
it's you!
I would hope it's not.
It's you.
And why would it be?
Well, yeah, but because I say so.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. We're back with the case of Michael Hall, who is suing Destiny Marks for breach of contract.
Okay, so he puts a $2,300 in your bank account.
Right.
And then what happened?
And then, Your Honor, she hung on to the money. I don't know if she spent it or what she's done with it,
Right.
but it's still with her, and I need it back.
Oh, so she never get. So tell me about the money. Why won't you give him his money?
Well, I had told him not to put the money in my account.
But once
I told
he
him
put
we
it
were
in, you
over.
knew it wasn't your money.
Right, but I told him that I didn't want to have any more dealings with him.
I can understand that, but it's not your money.
I
Or you
feel
thought
as
he
though-
was giving it to you?
Yeah, I thought it was a gift as an apology for all of the horrible things he did to me. I felt as though I was entitled to it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry. Is that what it was?
I mean, she's saying that it was clearly over between us, and yet she thinks that a gift is coming in.
Right.
I don't know, Your
Well,
Honor.
not a gift at all.
No.
He says you know it wasn't a gift, and he's done it in the past, and that's money for school. Why would he give you all? This was like a scholarship or what?
Financial aid money, Your Honor.
Financial. Why would he give you all of his financial aid money?
I thought he was paying me back for all of the horrible things he did to me. He was financially irresponsible
Hell
during
hath
our
no
relationship.
fury like a woman scorned, but you know that was his money. And I know that you're trying to get back at him for all that he's done and all that he's put you through, but this is just not the way to do it. You need to be bigger than he is. Don't stoop to that level. You know this isn't your money. You know what he meant to do. I listen to people. You knew he was doing what he had done in the past. He was putting that money in there for you to turn around and give it back to him. So guess what? Give it back to him. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,347. Good luck to you.
All rise. Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the full amount of the suit.
You lied to me and cheated on me and broke my heart. I'm glad this relationship is over. You can have your money back.
Destiny, what happened today doesn't change the fact that I still love you. Someday I want to marry you, start a family with you, have a joint checking account with you, but today's not that day.
And coming up.
Did you show it to them? Say, here, guys, we're numbers 311, 312, 313. Did you show them those numbers?
We didn't have that much time when we was at work.
Okay, so the answer is no, you did not.
No, I did not.
Guess what?
What?
If there was any ambiguity here, who do you think I'm going to construe that ambiguity against?
Well,
it's you!
I would hope it's not.
It's you.
And why would it be?
Well, yeah, but because I say so.
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Frank Johnson and Elizabeth Black are suing their boss, Randolph Jean, in the amount of $4,000. They say he cheated them out of their fair share of raffle ticket winnings. Mr. Jean claims he won the raffle with his own tickets.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Miss Black?
Yes.
You are suing for $4,000, basically $2,000 each. You're
Yes.
suing him for. Okay. So, and what's your relationship with these two people?
Well, I'm a supervisor at Sporting Goods, and they work for me.
You're a supervisor what?
Sporting Goods.
Uh-huh.
They work for me. There's not.
So they were your employees?
Yes, they still
of
are.
a company where you're a supervisor?
Yes, they still are.
Oh, they still are.
Yes.
Okay. So what's this lawsuit about?
Your Honor, the defendant, Randy, used to be our co-worker and supervisor, and he came to us one day asking us if we would be interested in purchasing raffle tickets.
Raffle tickets?
Yes.
Right. You were selling raffle tickets?
Well, it's not me. It's my son. My son's school. Yes.
Right. I get that all the time.
Yeah,
Please
well-
buy some raffle tickets for my son's school.
Well, my son actually came to the store.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Okay.
And we all put money together and bought one from him. So.
Okay. So you bought one raffle ticket?
No, a booklet. We bought I bought two. I bought one for my family, and then I
Okay.
bought one together with them.
At first, we didn't know that, Your Honor.
Okay, so wait, what am I understanding? You buy a raffle booklet
Yes.
of tickets.
Yes.
How much is one booklet?
$30.
$30.
Yes.
So we all buy one booklet for $30.
Yes.
Yes.
You put in $10 each.
$10 each.
Okay. And then you bought a separate booklet
By
for $30.
myself. Yes.
$10. Well, no, you put it in your own $30.
My own $30.
Without us
Okay.
knowing.
Yes.
What you mean without us knowing?
He didn't inform us that he was buying a
I
second
didn't think
booklet.
I had to tell him what I'm doing with my own life or with my own money.
Right. Well, I think if he wanted to buy his own, it's like if we all gonna go buy a lottery ticket, I can still buy my own ticket, even if I'm buying a ticket or two for a group, right? In a group.
Yeah.
So he bought a book. So what happened? He must have won the lottery.
Yes.
Okay, the raffle.
Yes.
he
Right.
did.
What was the raffle for?
For a dune buggy.
Dune buggy.
A dune buggy.
Yes,
Yes.
I have the flyer that he
Let me
showed
see the
to us.
flyer for the raffle. How old is your son?
My son is 4.
4 years old.
Yes.
Your 4-year-old son didn't walk
I'm
into
sorry.
the store
My-
and
my-
say,
my son
hey
is not.
guys,
I'm
would
sorry,
you
I'm
want to
sorry.
buy a booklet
No,
or
no, my
raffle
son-
tickets?
I'm sorry, my son is 9 years old. He's in 4th grade, I meant to say.
Well, I don't
Yes.
even know if he did it at 9. Okay, so it says a Trailmaster Taurus 400 UTV side by side, $6,000 value. Okay, win a dune buggy. All right, so you won the dune buggy.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you say that should have been our dune buggy.
Yes.
Yes.
And why isn't it our dune buggy?
Well, because I won the dune buggy from the raffle, from the booklet that I purchased for myself.
Who handled the money? You must have handled the money.
Well, I handled the money. They
But you
gave
told me your son was selling the tickets.
Yes, well, my son was selling the ticket. They handed me that $10 and I
Right.
bought it off my son.
Right then in
which-
front of you.
Yes.
In
Yes,
front
right
of you.
there.
Okay,
Yes.
so when the son gave you handed over the booklet, who took
We
the
never
booklet?
saw a booklet.
But they
We
were
never
there.
saw a booklet.
They were there where?
They were there when my son was selling the booklet. So I purchased the booklet and I
Right.
left it in my desk at my
Your
office.
Honor, he keeps his doors closed
No,
at
that's
work.
not true,
We
Your
Wait
Honor.
a
never
second,
saw.
wait. Tell
we
me
never-
something. Say it.
He keeps his door closed
Right.
at work. We never saw the booklet. Period.
Never saw the booklet.
Never.
No.
Okay.
Your Honor, that's not true. That's not
Okay.
true.
That is true.
I understand they might say that they never see the booklet because
Right.
they're here right now. They want to sue me. They
Right.
need to have a case.
Okay.
The booklet was on my desk.
Okay.
And they come to my office whenever they want. They come
Right.
to my
You
office.
said it was in your drawer.
No, I never said that. I'm sorry.
Didn't
Your
you
Honor.
just say it was in his drawer?
I said
Did
it
miss
was
that?
on my desk in my office.
Okay, I apologize
Yes,
if I
no problem. Your Honor.
misunderstood you.
I said it was on my
Right.
in my
Okay,
office.
but did you ever go to them and say, here, guys, here's our book. Look at it sitting right here on my desk.
But
Your Honor,
the-
after
Wait, excuse
I'm
me,
sorry.
I'm asking a question.
Yes, but Your Honor.
Did you say what I just said?
No, I did not, Your Honor. But yes,
How are they supposed to know that the booklet is there on your desk?
because they come to my office
But
whenever
is
they
it
feel
the
like.
only thing sitting on your desk is a
Besides my
raffle? A
bes-
raffle book? Let me see the pictures.
Besides, I don't have no pictures.
What are you looking down at then?
Well, no, I'm just explaining to you. I'm not looking at that. I'm doing
Okay,
nothing. I'm
so what
explaining
did you
to
do
you.
with the booklet that you bought for yourself? What are you looking at?
Well, the one that.
Why do you keep doing this?
No, well, I'm just basically improvising. If the desk was in front of me, I'll tell you where I put the booklet.
And coming up,
Did you show it to them? Say, here, guys, we're numbers 311, 312, 313. Did you show them those numbers?
We didn't have
Yes?
that much time when we was at work.
Okay, so the answer is no, you did not.
No, I did not.
Guess what?
What?
If there was any ambiguity here, who do you think I'm going to construe that ambiguity against?
Well,
It's you!
you're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. We're back with the case of Frank Johnson and Elizabeth Black, who are suing Randolph Jean for breach of contract.
What did you do with your own booklet?
It's at my house. I left it. I give it to my wife.
Okay, so you gave one booklet to your wife. She here?
No,
Is your son here?
no. My son is in school. My wife is at work.
Okay. But they both knew you were coming to court today?
Yes.
Okay. There are two witnesses, though. One, your son, because he was there when they bought the ticket, so he was a witness, right? That 9-year-old that was smart enough to sell it, right?
Yes.
And your wife, because she's a witness, because you actually handed over your booklet to her, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, but neither one of those people are here.
Well, I didn't feel like.
Neither one.
No, they're not, Your Honor.
Okay, they're not here. So you won. You won the dune buggy.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and so how do you know that this dune buggy is the dune buggy you guys should have won?
I received a text message from my friend Jeff, who works at the same school. That we
Is
got
Jeff here?
No.
Okay,
But
I
we
don't
do
look-
have proof, Your
Yes.
Honor.
Okay, what's the proof?
He sent me a picture of the raffle sheet.
Oh, that's the raffle sheet. Let me see the raffle sheet. So the raffle sheet, when I bought raffle tickets, usually you take the tickets and they take down the name. Is that what happened?
Yes.
All right, so you bought 2 books, and it looks like they're books of 10 tickets. And I see here it says Randy Jean, that's you,
Yes.
for the first book of tickets. And then the second book of tickets, it also says Randy Jean.
Because I purchased both of them.
So,
No, wait. I don't need you to help me do my job now. But it seems to me if I bought a book for me, it would say Judge Karen.
Yes.
And if I bought a book for me and Shane, it would say Judge Karen and Shane.
I just didn't think.
So how are we supposed to differentiate between the ones you bought for you and the ones you bought for us?
Because the one that I bought for us, I purchased it first. As you could see on the paper, that's the first one.
Okay, wait. You can't manufacture evidence after the fact.
Well, it's not my evidence.
Real
It's their
easy.
evidence.
It's real easy when faced with this and you see the winning ticket was the second block, but neither one has their names and say, oh,
Well, Judge,
I bought theirs
it's their
first.
evidence. And they was here when I was purchasing the ticket.
Right.
I purchased one booklet at first, and I
Right.
left it on my
Yeah,
desk.
but did you show it to them? Say, here, guys, we're numbers 311, 312, 313. Did you show them those
We
numbers?
didn't have
Yes?
that much time when we was at work.
Okay, so the answer is no, you did not.
No, I did not.
Guess what?
What?
If there was any ambiguity here, who do you think I'm going to construe that ambiguity against?
Well,
it's you.
I hope it's not.
It's you.
Why would it
Well,
be?
yeah, but because I say so.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
The fact that you wrote your name on both sets of tickets, you didn't bring your son in here, you didn't bring your wife in here.
My son's in school.
Okay. You know what?
Yes.
If you knew that I had $1 million under my desk waiting for you today, if you came in here with your son, you would have brought him out of school.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
don't
sure
tell me that.
Even the school would have been
Mr.
happy if
Jean,
I do that.
Mr. Jean,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not arguing with you. Okay? You should have put their names on a group of tickets. And so now you can say what you want to say about these tickets because it benefits you. I'm ready to roll.
Well,
Judgment for the plaintiffs in the amount of $4,000. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the co-plaintiffs in the amount of $4,000.
I'm glad that the judge ruled in our favor.
Well, I get to enjoy it until I have to sell it.